what they call me. Promise that you never be lonely. Be the fan.
I've been on that bullshit. Y'all. Y'all want to know why I've been on that bullshit? I haven't hit y'all with a story time in months. Like, why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't let me know? Like, yo, T, you ain't hit us with a story time. What's good with the story time? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna hit y'all with a story time today. Story time, story time, story time, story time, story time, story time. So listen, y'all. I was talking to a friend. I have to call him that because I don't know what the fuck he is, but he's a friend, right? I was talking to a friend the other day, and we was talking about how somebody had broken into his car recently. And we was talking, and he was saying some shit about he said some shit like, well, you ain't never really been robbed. Now y'all know if you a fan and you been, riding with your girl for a minute, y'all know that my ex had robbed me. A long time ago, my ex had robbed me with his baby mama. Okay, y'all know that. So if you don't, go back and watch that video. It's entitled "My Ex Robbed Me." But he had brought that up, and he was like, yeah, but that was like live in, that was live in. That wasn't actually. I said, listen, if you stole, you stole. But I was like, I got robbed before that, and it made me think of this story. So listen, y'all. Y'all ever have like a friend that's your friend, like you cool with them, but you don't really know how cool until something happened, and you like, damn, like that's my nigga, that's my bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, this it has to do with this story time, y'all. So I'm gonna take y'all back to in fact, my second story time on this channel, when I told y'all that I was getting it popping in my parents' house, and I had got kicked out. So I'm gonna take y'all to what happened after I got kicked out of my house. So after my pops had kicked me out because I was being nasty. I was being a little thought pocket or whatever like that. I was a little hot ass. It's his fault because he sheltered me. So, when you shelter girls, this is what happens. They become little hot asses. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, when I was a young whippersnapper. But this is what happened after. So after I got kicked out of my house, right, I still had my job. That was like the only thing I had. I didn't have no place to stay. I had no place to live. You know what I'm saying? All I had to my name was my job. And when I left, I didn't have no clothes. Like, I had left all my clothes. Couldn't go back to get them, because by the time I had went back to get them, my pops had threw all my shit away. I remember I had clothes, I had shoes. He threw away all my shit. I didn't have nothing, y'all. When I tell y'all I didn't have nothing for months, I didn't have shit. So I was staying with my sister. I was living with my sister up in Harlem, but I worked in Queens. Now, for anybody that's from New York, y'all know, man, let me tell y'all. That's a long ride. And I worked 4 to 12. So I would come to work for 4, and then I would leave at midnight, y'all. And y'all know the trains. MTA. For y'all that don't know that, for y'all that's in Georgia, y'all know how Georgia, y'all trains stop running at like 12 o'clock? Not in New York. Not in New York. We all night. Bitch, where you want to go? Let's go. Like, we all night. But the trains do slow down at night. So y'all, I wouldn't get to my sister's house until like 2. It used to be like 2 in the morning or whatever like that, y'all. So I was like, yo, I can't live like this. Like, I can't do this. I'm like, yo, I gotta get my own crib. So at the time, my mother wasn't cool with the fact that my pops had kicked me out. She didn't care about the reason. She was like, listen, she's 21. Yeah, she did a mistake. She shouldn't have did that shit, but she's a girl, and you just put your girl, you put our baby girl out into the street like that. Like my mother was not cool with that. So at the time, she was thinking about leaving my father. Like she was thinking about being like, no, like you ain't you put like when I tell y'all my mother was mad, like my mother was mad, and my mother don't get mad. Like she don't got a temper. But this is the first time I seen her mad. Like she was mad. She was like, "No, you ain't putting my child out." You know what I'm saying? So she had suggested that we get an apartment together. That we go and we find an apartment together, or whatever like that. I was like, "That's good." I was like, "That's cool." You know what I'm saying? I don't nothing against my sister because I love my sister. That's my only sister. But my sister had a man at the time. She only had 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot going on. Like I felt cramped. Like I felt cramped, and I felt like I shouldn't be here. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? So my mom, we both would go on Craigslist. That's when Craigslist was popping, and that's when you could go and find some shit on Craigslist and not have to worry about getting kidnapped or robbed or no shit like that. That back in that time, you could do that. So my mom had went on Craigslist, and I was going on Craigslist, and I found my first apartment on Craigslist. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. This is how it was listed, y'all. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bath, and it was $1,000. It was $1,000. Y'all remember when I told y'all my other story with my ex how he stole $1,000 from me. He stole my rent money, so my rent was $1,000. So the nigga was asking for rent and security. So he was asking for $2,000, right? So my mom, she's like, all right, well, I'm gonna get 1,000 and you get 1,000 and we'll put it together and we'll get this apartment. So I was like, cool. Anybody out there that knows me, anybody out there that's trying to get to know me, anybody that's been in my life for a long time, or if you just got into my life, please understand, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. If there's something that I want, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything. If there's something that I want, I'm going to get it. By any means necessary, I'm going to get that shit. And at the time, I was so mad at my father. Like, I was so mad at my father. Like, yo, I'm his only daughter. I'm a baby. He didn't even prepare me for life because he sheltered me so much. And then you going to kick me out into the street over something that you could have really just sat down and talked to me about. I understand you was mad. You know what I'm saying? But you could have sat down and talked to me about it instead of just throwing me to the dogs. Like, at the time, I felt like he threw me to the dogs. Like, I felt like he threw me to the wolves. Like, yo, anything can happen out here. You just threw me out there. So I was mad, y'all. I was mad, but I let that motivate me. I went to work. I did all these shifts. If they wanted me to do a double shift, I did a double shift. I ain't buy no clothes. I didn't buy no. I remember eating them ramen. I ate ramen noodles all the time. My sister, she lived right on 135th in Frederick Douglass. And if y'all know, it's I don't know if it's still like that now, but on 135th, right? It's like it was like a Dwayne Reed, not a Dwayne Reed, was it? Yeah, it was Dwayne Reed. Like right when you come out of the train station, it was like a Dwayne Reed, and then right across the street there was like a bodega. And I used to eat sandwiches out of that bodega every night. Like the nigga know me. Like every night I was in there. Every night I went in there and I got like a ham and cheese. Every single night I ate ham and cheese for a good month or two. Like, yeah, I was not spending no money. Like, I wasn't spending no bread. I was not, when I tell you, I didn't spend no money on shit. Saved up like 3 checks and I was able to get my $1,000 or whatever like that. So at the time, I was working in Flushing and I was working at Time Warner Cable. Y'all, I got some story times about Time Warner Cable, but we gonna get into that later. It was a pretty cool job, you know what I'm saying? I was front desk, I was security, and I wasn't the favorite, because I don't know, like the dude, the head of security, he had a thing for he had a thing for pretty girls being in the front desk. I personally, y'all, I felt like there was bitches in there that looked better than me. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like because I was new, ain't nobody gonna be talking to me, you know what I'm saying? But it turned out I ended up being very popular. It's not on purpose, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on purpose, but that nigga couldn't stand me. Like, head of security, he could not stand me. He would be so mad, and he used to come to me every time. And he was trendy. Like, I thought, you know, that's my brethren, you know what I'm saying? Like, you Trinidadian too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was my, like, you know, I thought that was my brethren. Nah, that nigga could not stand me. He used to come at me all the time. Don't be having people standing up here in the lobby talking to you. Keep people away from your desk. But I couldn't. Like, I was the front desk. I was in the middle of everything. When people going to lunch, they coming from lunch. They going out to move their car. They seeing me. Of course, you know, you see me every day. You talk. He did not want nobody talking to me. I don't know what it was, y'all. I don't know. But anyway. So, you know, it was a pretty cool, you know what I'm saying, a pretty cool place. And like I told y'all, I worked 4 to 12. So I was cool with the people that worked there at night. I think they used to get off at like 11. And then I was cool with the guys that used to clean the building. So one of the guys that used to clean the building, his name was Stanley. Yo. Stanley was the coolest nigga. Like, he was so cool dude, straight from Haiti. Like, he straight from Haiti. Like, he had just came over from Haiti. And, you know, we got real cool. And he started calling me his sister. He was like, you my baby sister. You my baby sister or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you my big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we out there talking. He would tell me about everything. So the shift before mine, the 8 to 4 shift, there was this lady who was a complete kiss ass. I think she was fucking the head of security, because she used to be able to have people at the front desk talking to her and wouldn't nobody say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because she was fucking the head of security. I'm dead ass, y'all, because she used to bring him roti. She used to bring him palau. She used to bring him all that shit. And that nigga wears, and I said, well, this is what the fuck I have to do in order to be all right, have him all right with people saying hi to me. Like, I got to bring him some pilau. I got to bring him some roti. I got to bring him some stewed chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what she used to do, and she never used to get in trouble. And she was like his age. Like, she was older. She was an older lady. But it was her. I think her name was Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda. It was Rhonda. And then there was another dude, David. And he was Haitian too. He was from Haiti too. And David was like, he was a fuck boy, because he was one of them people that, you know how people look like they got money, but they don't. They always trying to hustle. Like, they dress fly and all type of shit like that. But when it comes down, like say y'all go out, right? Say y'all go out, and he looking fresh and all type of shit. But when the bill come around, all of a sudden, you know, they gotta go to the bathroom. He one of them motherfuckers. He was one of them. So me and Stanley, you know, we was talking or whatever, and I was telling him, I was like, yo, bro, like, yo, I finally got this apartment. Like, I'm so happy, because I had found the apartment, and my mom went to go see it, and then she had called me like, yeah, it's a good apartment. It's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's jump on it. So, the guy was like, all right, bring me the money on Monday. So I was like, all right. So I was like, Ma, you know, come meet me Friday, and I'll give you the money on Friday. She was like, all right. So I think like that whole week, you know, I was telling everybody like, yo, I'm about to move out of my sister's crib. Like, I'm so happy. Like, yeah, da 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 da. Friday comes. I got the money in my bag, y'all. I had this big ass duffel bag, and I had it in my bag or whatever. Now, in Time Warner, they ain't give a shit about us security guards. So they gave us a closet. They had us in a closet. They had us change in like a utility closet. You know, it was real small. It wasn't big. I think it's probably the size of my closet. Like, it was a real small, but you know what I'm saying? You could change in there. You could eat lunch in there. Like, it was crazy. Y'all. It was tiny. It was nothing but a generator in there. So I came to work, And you know, I relieved David and I relieved Rhonda. Rhonda went home, David went home or whatever like that. I had went in there, changed my clothes, put on my uniform and all type of stuff. And then, you know, they went in there and changed their clothes and they left and all type of stuff. Well, Rhonda didn't go in there because Rhonda, like I told y'all, I think she was fucking the head of security. So she didn't change with us. Like she had her own little private bathroom and all type of shit like that. She could go into the president's office and change her clothes and shit like that. So Rhonda ain't going there. But David had went in there. David had went in there, changed his clothes, and was like, all right, T, I'll see you later, blah, 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 blah. So, this was Thursday night. This wasn't even Friday. It wasn't Friday yet. It was Thursday. So Thursday night, no, it had to be Friday because it was Friday. So Friday, my mom was supposed to come and meet me. So my mom, I don't know where she was, but I know she called me and she was just like, oh, I'm on my way or whatever like that or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then I think she called me back later and said that she couldn't make it, but I could meet her tomorrow. So I was like, all right, Mom. I think she was tired. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself and da-da-da-da-da. But I still had the money on me. So I don't know what made me go in the closet. I don't know what made me go in the closet, y'all. So I go into the utility closet and it was my lunch break. So I went in there. I'm sitting there listening to my music or whatever like that, you know. Me and this fucking big ass generator. And I look and I'm like, well, let me go in my bag and check on my money. Money is gone, y'all. Money is gone. And I'm telling y'all, where I had that money, couldn't nobody know that money was in that bag unless you went through my bag. Because it was like the type of bag where it had like hidden pockets and shit like that. And whoever stole that money, they had to go. Well, I'm going to tell y'all who stole the money. But whoever went in that bag at the time, you would have to open up every single compartment to get to this money. Because I had it in there, but it was in a hidden pocket. Money is gone. I said, maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm not looking the right way. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I moved it. Nah, y'all. I went in there twice and I was checked. And so I went to the head of security. Well, not him. I went to the second in command because me and him was cool. His name was Muhammad. I was like, Muhammad, I'm going to need you to go and run those cameras back to see who went into that utility closet after I put my bag in there. So he's like, why? What happened? And I said, I had $1,000 in my bag and my money is gone. He was like, are you sure? I was like, nigga, I know. Well, I'm not crazy. I'm like, my money is gone. It's gone. He was like, all right. He's like, I'm going to go and run the cameras back and I'll let you know. Y'all, I'm tight. And I told everybody. I told Tom Warner people. I went around that whole building. I said there is a thief in Time Warner Cable that is going in people's bags and stealing money, snatching your people up, hide your kids, hide your wife. I went and I told everybody in that fucking building that somebody had stole my. I told everybody. I went to even the fucking president of the customer service. When she left at night, I told somebody stole my money, ma'am. Did you know somebody stole my money? So Muhammad goes and he runs the cameras back and stuff, and he's just like, the only person that went in there was David. I said, David, little short David that works in the morning. He said, yeah, that's the only person that went in there was David. He said, you think he stole your money? I said, if you saying the only person that went in there was David, he said, are you sure that you had it when you came in? I said, I'm positive because I counted it before I started my shift. So I know, like, because I said my mom was supposed to come and pick it up. So I know that I had it because I counted it before I started my shift. When I went in there to change my clothes, I counted it to make sure that I had it right for her to come and pick up. He's like, well, Tracy, what you want us to do? And I said, Muhammad, let me ask him. Let me ask him and see what he's going to do or whatever like that. So anyway, y'all, this is Friday night. So that night, Stanley comes in and Stanley is cleaning the building and stuff like that. And he's like, I made it obvious. I didn't hide shit. I to this day I still can't hide my emotions. So Stanley is like, sister, what's wrong? What's going on, sister? I said, bro, somebody stole my money. He said, on the street, like when you was coming in, somebody robbed. I said, no, somebody stole my money. He said, from where? I said, I went and I had my money, my rent money, in my bag in the changing room, in the changing room, in the closet. My shit is gone. So he's like, yo, let's go get Muhammad. Let's go get Muhammad. I said, nah, I already told Muhammad. I already told Muhammad to run the cameras back. He said, what did he say? I said, he said the only person that went in there was David. Now, mind y'all, him and David was cool. Him and Stanley and David was cool. They was real cool because I think they knew people to get. They was both from Haiti, so of course they was cool. And he was like, David? I said, yeah. He said, so David was the only person that went in there after you. I said, that's what Muhammad said. Muhammad checked the cameras and he's like, yeah. He said, oh, okay. He said it just like that, y'all. He was like, oh, okay. He said, all right. He said, let me step to the side. Let me step to the side and make a phone call. I'm gonna come back out here and talk to you. I said, all right. So he goes and he steps to the side and he makes a phone call. He calls David. I didn't hear the conversation, y'all. I saw him step to the side. So my relief comes. A dude named Jose. He was so sweet. Dude named Jose comes and he taps me out. And I'm just like, yo, don't put your shit in that closet. Because I got robbed. Somebody stole my money and da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm telling Jose. And Jose is like, yo, you got to watch David. And I'm like I'm telling him what happened. He's just like, yo, you got to watch David. And I think Jose has said that he had bought some food from home one time and he put it in the refrigerator or some shit, like, because we had like a little mini refrigerator in there, and he put food in there, and then he came in the next day and the shit was gone, and nobody could tell him, like, because they tapped each other out. I used to tap out David and Rhonda. Jose would tap me out, and then David and Rhonda used to tap out Jose, so they used to see each other. So I think he was telling me, he was like, yo, I had bought some food and I left it in there one time, and I came and he was the only nigga here, and he was telling me how he don't know what happened to my food and all that. He's like, yo, you gotta watch that nigga. I was like, really? And I went home, y'all, and I was like, but I was on my way home. Stanley comes out. Stanley's like, yo, sister, you leaving right now? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I'm about to walk with you to the bus stop. The bus stop was right outside. I was like, okay. So we go out. We go outside. He's like, yo, sister, I know who got your money. I was like, who? He was like, David got your money. David stole your money. I said, Stanley, I only told you that Muhammad said he was the... He's like, no, sister. I'm telling you, David stole your money. He said, I'm telling you, the last night. Last night. What was this? Because I told y'all that this happened Friday. It might have happened another day. But anyway, the night before, the night after, or the night of, when my money went missing, the night of, right? Him and Stanley had went out. And Stanley said he was spending mad money. And he was like, yo, Tracy, I known this nigga I known him for the longest time. Anytime we go out, this nigga don't got no money. He always skipping out on the bill. He don't never got... Anytime we go out, he ain't got no fucking money. Anytime. But he's like, Tracy, the other night we went out. This nigga had all his bread. He had all his bread. He was like, yo, you had a bunch of 20s, right? I was like, what? He said, yo, that nigga spent your money at the club. I was with him. I saw it. I was like, Stanley. I said, okay. All right. Okay. It's on. He's like, no. He's like, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. I said, what the fuck you mean? Don't do nothing. Like, I'm plotting in my head, y'all. I'm thinking of who I could call to fuck this nigga up. I'm thinking of, he's like, nah, don't do nothing. I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm like, Stanley. I'm like, yo, I was supposed to give this money Monday. I was supposed to give this money in on Monday to get my apartment. He's like, sister, you are going to have your money by Monday. I promise you. I said, Stan. And at this time, y'all, like I said, me and Stanley was cool. And I was calling him my brother. He was calling me his sister, shit like that. But I wasn't expecting him to do nothing like that for me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, you know, because I'm keeping it a buck, y'all. Any nigga that I've ever came in contact with that was cool with me always wanted something else from me. Like, they wanted to sleep with me. They wanted all type of dumb shit. So I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting him to really go to bat for me like that. He's like, don't even do nothing. He's like, don't do nothing. I got it. I said, okay. He's like, and don't say nothing. He's like, come to work and act like everything is normal. I got you. I was like, all right. I was tight, y'all. I was so mad. I came to work the next day and I was so fucking mad. Especially seeing that nigga smiling in my face. And I couldn't help it, y'all. I couldn't help it. I came in the next day and this nigga's at the desk. I'm tapping him out and all type of stuff. I didn't say nothing. He brought it up. He's like, so I heard somebody stole your money yesterday. I was like, uh-huh. I was like, uh-huh. And I was like, and I think I know who it is too. He was like, who? And I said, it was you. He was like, me? I said, yeah. I know where you went. I know you went to the club and all type of stuff like that. Yeah, I know. Listen, y'all. I know y'all sitting there like Stanley told you not to say nothing. I was mad, y'all. I was too tight. I don't like that phony shit. He was like, Stanley. He's like, do you know? And then he started saying all the shit about Stanley. Now, mind you, y'all, I came in at 4. Stanley was there already. Like, Stanley had stayed and did like a double shift. So he was there already. But David didn't know that he was there. Either that or he came in and David didn't know that he was coming in. Yeah, that's what it was. David didn't know that he was coming in, but Stanley was there already. Like, he had came in, he didn't see him come in. So David is talking to me. He's just like, yo, you can't trust Stanley. Stanley be lying and all type of stuff. He got people back in Haiti looking for him. And he was telling me all this shit. Stanley is standing... Stanley was standing by the exit door, right? He's just standing there like listening. And he like this. Like, he see me. He like... And he like... And I'm standing there and I'm listening to this nigga. I'm like, mm-hmm. And he's just like, yo, he got people in Haiti looking for him. He was a thief in Haiti. You can't believe stuff that he was saying. I was like, okay. Stanley came out. Stanley came out from that exit door. He's like, David. He's like, David, I'm a liar. David, I'm a liar. I still, niggas in Haiti is looking for me. David, niggas is looking for me. And he's just like, no, because you telling her that I stole money and I didn't steal nothing. He's like, word. He's like, you want me to show her that you told me that was her money? That you told me that you found it in the utility closet? Like that? And Stanley went and pulled out his phone and showed me the text messages that he was just like, yo, that was Tracy's money that you found, that you say that you found. That was Tracy's money. Well, she ain't gonna know unless you tell her. And I'm gonna tell her because that's fucked up. And I read all the text messages, y'all. He was just like, yo, I'm a liar. You gonna say I'm a liar? Yeah. He's just like, yo, I will fuck you up right here. You lucky that we at work because I will fuck you up. And you know I would fuck you up. He's like, you know not to play with me, David. And you ever fuck with somebody and like for real, they crazy. They crazy. You know they crazy because they talking to you real calm, but they threatening you. That was Stanley. Stanley was mad calm. But he was like, David, you know I will fuck you up. You know I will fuck you up. You know that I will fucking chop your head off. Like, you know Like, I will have your like, why are you even doing this to yourself? You already know. And David, he trying to save face. He on some shit like, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. He's like, all right, David. Okay. All right. He's like, but you gonna give my sister back her money. You're going to. You're going to. And I'm standing there like this. I'm like, I'm in the middle like this. Oh, shit. He's like, you're gonna give my sister back her money. Because my sister's trying to move. My sister don't steal. My sister's here every night and she work hard. Like, you're gonna give her money back. He's like, I can't give her what I don't have. He said, okay. He's like, all right, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you. David leave. He all mad and all type of shit. And I'm like, Stanley. He's like, yo, Tracy. He's like, what you doing tomorrow? I said, nothing. I'm off. He's like, yo, meet me at Jamaica Center. I said, huh? He's like, meet me at Jamaica Center. Meet me at... Yo, this nigga did this shit like a mafia person. He was like, yo, meet me at Jamaica Center at 1 o'clock. I said, okay. And y'all, I'm still in my head. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to get my money back. Like, by this time, I had accepted that I had got robbed. This nigga stole money from me. And it's like, whatever. Maybe I wasn't meant to have the apartment. So, the next day comes... And I called Stanley. I'm like, yo, I'm leaving. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to meet you there. I'm going to meet you there. Because he lived in Jamaica. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to meet you there. Mind you, I'm coming from Harlem. So he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll meet you there at 1 o'clock. I'll meet you there. I get on the train. I come down there or whatever like that. And I'm standing there. And I'm like, yo, I'm here. Y'all, I'm still not expecting this nigga to show up. Like, I'm just like, like, standing there. Here comes Stanley. Here comes Stanley walking up the block, mad cool. He's like, sister, how you doing, sister? And I'm just like, yo, why you got me meeting you out here? Like, he's like, oh, he's like, here, envelope full of money. Envelope full of money, y'all. And it was $1,000, y'all. It was my $1,000. I was like, Stanley, what did you do? Because I really thought that he did something. I'm like, Stanley, what did you do? He said, I got your money back. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, I took it out of my account. I was like, what? He's like, I took it out of my account. I felt so bad, y'all. And I started crying. Like, I'm getting choked up. I'm getting choked up thinking about it now. But he was just like, yo, I took it out of my account. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, where did you even get that? He's like, I took it out of my account. He said that nigga did some fuck shit. He gonna get his. Don't worry about it. But I took that out of my account. Because I knew he was saving. Stanley was trying to save too. Stanley was trying to get a house. He was like, I took it out of my account. He's like, I don't like shit like that. He's like, you gotta understand something about me, sister. Like, I always look out for my people. I always look out for my people. And I always put myself in other people's positions. And I've been robbed before. I've been in places where I had nothing. I've been homeless. Y'all. He took this money out of his account and gave it to me. Like, y'all, I was boiling on Jamaica Avenue. I was balling on Jamaica Avenue. And he telling me to stop. He's like, sister, you have to stop. People are staring. People gonna think that I'm doing something to you. Stop it. Stop crying. But yo, that was my nigga. When I tell y'all Stanley was my nigga, me and him, we stayed friends until I think he moved back to Haiti. Or probably not, y'all. I don't know. I know that my company had lost the contract with Time Warner, and I remember because we were Securitas, and Allied Burton came and took over the contract for Time Warner, but Allied Burton could pick up offices, and so head of security. Head of security got to pick which offices would transfer over. You was getting more money and you was getting a new company. You know what I'm saying? You was getting to be a part of the new company and you was getting more money. So he had to pick I told y'all the nigga ain't like me, so he ain't picked me. He picked Rhonda. I think David got fired. David got fired for some other shit. I don't remember what he did, but he got fired. David got fired, and Jose got to go to the to the new company, and they kicked my ass out. He was like, I don't want her here. What he said? I bring too much attention to the lobby and all type of shit. I was like, fuck this nigga, fuck you, and fuck the bitch that you fucking too, because I know that y'all are fucking. That's why you keeping her here. But I was like, whatever. But yeah, y'all, Stanley was my nigga. Stanley was my angel sent, cause y'all, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like, I was really just like, I can't move. Like, I did all that for months, and now I ain't gonna be able to move. But yo, Stanley was my nigga. Yo, Stanley, if you watching this, if you ever see this, yo, I love you. I still love you to death. I don't know where you at, but good looking, my nigga. Good looking on your girl, y'all. Good looking. So yeah, y'all, that was my story time about my little angel walking this earth or whatever like that. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's been a minute since I hit y'all with a story time, so I figure I'll hit y'all with a story time. My bad for getting a little choked up. Yeah, I'm sensitive, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm sensitive. Y'all know this. Like, I'm a Gemini. But anyway, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, y'all, so that y'all know when I upload a new video. What else I need to tell y'all? That's about it. I'm sure there's something else that I forgot. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Y'all know I love doing this for y'all. And I'll catch y'all in another one another time.